My day can get long. I come in very early. I come in at 6:30 in the morning. I read the papers, I read the Associated Press wires. I take a look at my calendar for today. What is the governor doing? What are the senators doing? What's happening campaign-wise? What spot news happened overnight that I need to make phone calls and have some answers by the time we have a morning meeting? And we decide then, what are we going to cover today? What might be our lead at 5 and 6 o'clock? After that, I have a whirlwind of conference calls. Get this person out the door, get that person out the door. And then there's always those spot news items. There's a fire and we need to get there.
Eyewitness News, this is Andrea.
It's an exciting day. It can be very stressful. At 2 o'clock, somebody comes in who will do my job during the evening, and I pass it all off to them. And my day's done. I am a 1997 graduate of St. Cloud State University. I'm the assignment editor here at KSTP TV.
I started a company almost 13 years ago, Invictus Systems Corporation. Well, if you've looked at the back of a Campbell soup can, the ingredient statements, nutritional facts panels, our software generates all of their order of predominance.
I am the Special Events and Arts Coordinator for the City of Chaska with the Park and Rec Department.
I graduated from St. Cloud State in winter of '84, joined Northwest Airlines in June of '84. Right now I'm manager of what's called mainframe systems, and this is what runs the airline.
I'm a 5th grade teacher, so I teach all subjects: math, science, social studies, reading.
Right now I play hockey for the Carolina Hurricanes. I ended up making the Olympic team in '92 and traveled throughout the world that year.
And I have a business called Marketplace Productions. I was up in St. Cloud during the glory years. Played hockey there and played various sports.
I'm a foreign service officer. I just finished a tour in Tashkent, Uzbekistan.
I'm an electrical engineer for a company called Unisystems, and what I do is I do some programming and electrical design.
I graduated in May of 2002 with a degree in mass communications for public relations and business management. And currently I am going to grad school in New York.
Third-year resident at North Memorial Medical Center. I graduated from St. Cloud State in 1996 and went straight on to med school at the University of Minnesota.
I'm the consumer reporter with Channel 5.
I currently am president and owner of Orange Seed Design, which is a graphic design agency in Minneapolis.
I'm an actor, currently in a production of Tony and Tina's Wedding in Minneapolis, and I supplement that doing some commercial work. I was in the feature film About Schmidt with Jack Nicholson. It was an incredible experience. I was there with Nicholson and Dermot Mulrooney and Howard Hessman and Kathy Bates. And it was amazing.
I came out of St. Cloud State very well equipped. I found the theory in the education program to be very applicable in the real teaching world.
The very first thing I did when I got a job here was I worked on the stadium roof in Houston. I wrote half the program that controls the movement of the roof.
The unique thing about being a recreation programmer is that every day is a new day and I get to create other people's fun, and that is what is such a big reward for me.
I always knew I wanted to be in broadcasting. Plus, while I was going to St. Cloud State, they had all the media outlets there as far as the university television station and the radio station, which are well respected.
I would send my kids, even though they're only 7 and 9 at this point, I would send my kids to St. Cloud, and we plan to do so.
My dad and I took a little tour during MEA week, and I got to see people coming out of their classrooms and walking in the mall of the center area of St. Cloud. That is just so pretty by Atwood, and where everyone's sitting on the steps in the sun, and it just really, really felt right.
Remember freshman move-in day when you first moved into the resident halls? How incredibly scared you were. And like 2 weeks into it, everybody looks back and you all laugh about how everything just unfolded and worked out perfectly.
Maybe a lazy boy or two, a futon could go under here. The big screen's gonna be right over there. The strobe light is gonna be here. We got the big surround sound speakers coming in. Disco ball is gonna hang from the ceiling. We got black lights on order.
I remember that first day too, because I was like taking every opportunity to meet somebody. I'd be in the bathroom. So what's your name? It's like, I gotta meet friends. And yeah, like you said, after a couple of weeks, you're like, oh, nothing to it. I'm like, Mom, I got 6 friends already.
Thing I liked about the beginning of the school year is that Main Street when they have all the organizations, because it's unbelievable how many there are. Like, I still am amazed, just the different variety that you have that you can pick from.
And I got to try rock climbing. What I remember my first week, like coming around and walking around and seeing so many people out there, and such a nice day, and could totally sign up for whatever you wanted to.
My high school friends and I used to play a sport called Ultimate Frisbee, and I found out that they actually had a club here, and it's probably been one of the biggest icebreaker things for meeting, like especially like upperclassmen and stuff.
That's what I love about just different organizations, is how many people you meet through them.
It's really friendly atmosphere when you're walking around campus. You see people you know all the time, and it's really fun to walk around and see everyone.
Freshman year was my most memorable year because it was my first year on my own. I lived in the dorms. Every day going to dinner was a fun event because we'd go down in a group from our floor to Garvey and get dinner and people watch and just kind of talk about the day. Very memorable.
I knew when I came here that I wanted to major in aviation, but as I went through my first college year, I realized that I wanted to do something in the sciences, and electrical engineering caught my eye.
I knew I wanted to go into business, and marketing seems to be the most creative aspect of business.
I'm a mechanical engineering major. When I was a kid, I used to build bikes and design bikes.
I came to college really not sure what I wanted to do, and I dabbled in everything. And I think that gives people a wide perspective.
You figure out what your major is going to end up being by trying it out. You kind of dig in a little bit and take a class or two in that field, and you'll get a feeling if it's what you like.
If you're undecided, I think there's so much to choose from, and everything is so available to you, and there's people that you can talk to help you decide. There's so many different options.
We're big enough where you can find almost anything you want. You come for one program, you may discover there's something else there that you love.
What's most important when you're looking at schools is definitely the academics and what the teachers are like.
I remember hearing that St. Cloud State was nationally accredited, and I didn't know that that was an important factor, but I decided it might be later in life, and that it might be a good reason to take a closer look.
Initially, when I came to college, I expected professors to be very distant, and I've been proven wrong. I have classes with professors who will take the time to go above and beyond the call of duty to explain things, to be sure that you're understanding what's being taught.
I'm a professor in the Department of Physics, Astronomy, and Engineering Science, and I've been involved in a variety of different research programs with students. We designed and built an instrument that looks out the window of the space shuttle to determine how water is cycling through the upper atmosphere.
I think the most important thing I do is meet student needs, whether it's lecturing, re-explaining something, helping them with the paper, or helping by advising. I do a lot of advising.
The emphasis on teaching as opposed to research ultimately translates into better instruction and then a better experience for the students.
I need to take classes to fulfill arts and theater and music and all of those things. I'm not really into acting, but it's a good way to kind of get over the anxiety of being out in front.
My classes haven't been that large, and I've gotten to know a lot of people through classes too. I'm from a small town in northern Minnesota, Bagley.
Burnsville, Minnesota.
Millsville, Wisconsin.
The San Francisco Bay Area.
Virginia, Minnesota. St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Pensacola, Florida.
Tokyo, Japan.
Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Fargo, North Dakota.
Albany, New York.
I'm originally from Laos.
Prague in the Czech Republic.
Malaysia.
I'm from Morris, Eden Prairie.
St. Cloud.
Olivia,
Waseca. Glencoe.
Long Lake, Minnesota.
And I'm from the Bahamas.
I find most of my students are well equipped for college. I think they're a pretty intelligent group of young people.
My freshman year in the honors program, the students themselves were very interesting. It was really a very participative type of learning.
I have been to a lot of different campuses, but this university is one of the best campuses for international students. I attended many different kinds of cultural events on campus, including, Chinese night, Malaysian night, European night.
The first time I went to Japan night was probably 2 years ago, and when the taiko group performed, I was so amazed. I mean, you could feel your heart beating when you're in that ballroom.
St. Cloud State offers study abroad programs, and that is something that I was really interested right from the start. I actually went to Germany. I was able to go to seven or eight different countries while I was there.
I studied at Oxford, England, and it was terrific.
I studied in England the first summer, Poland the second summer. They were both amazing experiences, and I think more people should have the opportunity to do it, especially here at St. Cloud State, where students can do it at a very low cost.
I would read these books by Mark Twain, and that was always so exciting for me because it took place by the huge Mississippi River. And then I came to college here, and the Mississippi River is right here.
I love St. Cloud State University's location because I'm only an hour from the cities. And I'm also in the middle of 10,000 lakes.
I've been very happy to be here because people have been so inviting and so welcoming and friendly.
There's so much to do at St. Cloud State that I keep filling up my planner until there's absolutely no more empty spaces.
A university setting is a really unique time in life when you're in a place where cultural events, sporting events come to you, and all you need to do is take advantage of them.
Take advantage of all those opportunities because you're never going to get them again in your life.
You're never going to be in a more enriched work environment.
The degree that I got at St. Cloud State really helped me prepare for what I'm doing by giving me all the background knowledge, all the theory, and all the experience for working in the real world.
My education at St. Cloud gives me a leg up, I think, against competition. And now I really have a big appreciation for St. Cloud State University and the quality of everything here.
I enjoyed the town, I enjoyed the people, and I'm just proud to be a part of St. Cloud State.
And I found at St. Cloud State that there is absolutely everything that you need to be successful.
Wish I could go back and do it all over again.